Absolutely so, Andy. As we mentioned, coming up on November the 5th, there's going to be a millage request on the ballots here in St. Joseph County for a CTE millage. What is being asked is a 1 mil 10-year ballot proposal to support career and technical education here in St. Joseph County. Now, the cost to the homeowner, of course, if it's 1 mil, that would be, if you have a home that's valued at $100,000, would be $50 a year, or about $4.16 a month. We'll talk more about what that money would be used for in just a moment, but we have a special guest with us today, and he is I guess you could say, a product of the CTE program. Introduce yourself to everybody, if you would.
Hi, my name is Mike White. I am a current business owner of GWIT Solutions in town here, Sturgis, Michigan, and I'm a product, as Mike has said, of the CTE program.
Share a little bit, if you would, Mike, because I think there's some folks out there that maybe remember back from when I was in school, the 60s, the 70s, and the 80s, when it was building trades and, junior achievement and some of those different opportunities presented to students, to the CTE program. How was that program for you? How did you get involved with CTE when you were in school?
I was fortunate enough as a freshman in high school to have a job in my current field, which is IT. And at that time, there was sort of an IT CTE program, but it had been redone. There was a new instructor, and we were his first students as a sophomore in high school. And basically, we got to touch all this technology that we wouldn't otherwise have been able to touch. I was fortunate enough to be in a business setting, so we had kind of the ability to touch these different technologies and learn about them, and obviously work. But it was that much more beneficial to myself and the other students in our class to have this program where we could go in and touch all this technology that we didn't have available to us.
And I would imagine, as you said, now in your current business setting as a business owner, that kind of experience so invaluable to you because it gave you that hands-on ability to say, yeah, I really do like this, or maybe in the other side, I don't necessarily like this, and it could lead you down a different path, correct?
Absolutely. The biggest thing that I think for us is we had this curiosity for this technology, this curiosity that, how does this work? How are the flash games we're playing on the computer work? How are we able to do that in this computer lab? How are we able to talk to each other? We were just getting cell phones at the time, texting, things like that. So, we were the kids, or the generation of that new age technology that everybody experiences today. So it was great for us to be able to go in there, experience, learn, have a curriculum that we could then translate into, do we like this or do we not? We'd have business owners, other people in the technology field, Air Force, United States Army, they'd come in, talk to us about the different paths we could take. The options were all in front of us.
Having not taken those classes when I was in school, but many of my friends did, and I think you just hit on the key that for folks out there that maybe are asking, why do we support this millage? What would this millage do? It's giving young people an opportunity to see what is available to them out there through many different platforms, as you said, maybe through the military, through businesses here in town, whatever the case may be, that under other circumstances they may not be able to ever see firsthand like you did.
Absolutely. I mean, not only that, but then the ability to then tie that in with dual enrollment credits, where you're then able to experience it maybe more in detail at Glen Oaks, and then if need be, go and transfer those credits to a 4-year university is just invaluable to our community as a whole and to students as they're trying to figure out what to do.
Absolutely. So, again, folks, want to remind you, it's coming up November 5th, and you'll be hearing more about this as we get closer to Election Day. It's a 1 mil 10-year ballot proposal to support career and technical education. If this is passed, and this is based on 2019 County Assessor's Report numbers, that 1 mil would generate $2.3 million annually for the CTE Consortium. And I know there's been a lot of questions out there about, well, they're going to build a facility. No, that is not the case. What this is going to do is add more CTE classes for students. It's going to increase local work-based learning, co-op opportunities, just like Mike was talking about. It's going to increase career prep education for graduates 6 to 12, help local districts meet some of the new state requirements as well, and it's going to give businesses an opportunity to look for new employees, because how many times have we seen the kids that, when I was in school, went through the building trades are now contractors or working for contractors, doing what they love, getting their hands out there. And as a business owner, Mike, I would imagine that with the possibilities of this millage being passed, that gives you now an opportunity to reach out to these kids that are going through some of the same stuff you did to say, who's my future X? Who's my future Y for my company?
Absolutely. Just this last year, we actually did have an intern from the, I believe, Centerville High School, and he ended up going off to a four-year university, but we had him in an internship capacity. It was a great experience for us. We were able to learn more about how we as a business are better able to serve not only our employees, but student and growing our workforce within the community. It doesn't just go for myself as a business owner, but we need, because I'm a business owner that services other businesses in our community, we need those businesses to grow. I can't grow unless everybody else is doing well. And if everybody else is doing well, has the employees they need, has the level of education in their employees that they need, we're able to grow as a company as well.
Have you seen, in the time that you have been a business owner, and I have to be careful how I say this because I don't want it to sound derogatory, the lack of qualified or the lack of now that's not the way to say it, the lack of a well-trained job pool to potentially select employees from to help you and your business grow?
I wouldn't say completely a lack of. We do have a lot of growing businesses in Sturgis that have the means and the opportunity to snag up these younger kids and older high schooler getting closer to the college, going to college, trying to decide, and they're able to put them on a path where they say, hey, we want you to work for us. You can still go get your training, go. They'll support them and get their continued ed, all those things. And I think from an IT side, we lack it sometimes. We'll go through spouts where there's a lot of growth and a lot of jobs get swallowed up, and people are hiring desperately and there's nobody around. So I think it goes both ways, and it's more of a feast or famine in that respect for IT specifically.
I guess I'll look back for you, your time in CTE obviously made an impression on you, helped you find that area that you wanted to be involved in as an adult and now as a business owner. What would you say to folks out there that maybe are questioning this millage because of their thinking, and obviously so, boy, that's a little bit more money, times are a little tough right now, but by giving a support to this millage, as you said, this now gives our local youth an opportunity to learn maybe some new skills or develop more skills that could keep them right here and help businesses grow, help the local economy grow too. What would you say to people that maybe are questioning this right now?
I'd say that personally, I come from a background of a conservative background where additional taxes aren't something I want to see, even as a property tax and a taxpayer. I see that and I go, well, great, it's going up again. But as also I am on this advisory committee for our program, a lot of people have spoken to me about this and have said, why do they keep asking for money? We don't know where they're spending this money. I will tell you that in these advisory meetings, we are voting as a community where these funds go and where what each CTE program is spending their money on. We get to see it. We are business owners and community members who are seeing where everybody's tax dollars are going. And I think that level of transparency, that level of ability for our community to self-govern itself and where our money goes is just the epitome of what our country and our community wants to be. So I would say we need it.
Absolutely so. And we should say too, folks, if you have questions about the millage request, obviously you can reach out to any members of the committee. I'm sure they'd be able to share with you about that, explain a little bit more about that. You can find information online as well, and we'll get that for you through our website, through our Facebook page. And remember, again, this is going to increase funding and provide for more opportunities for our young people. And I guess that's the other side of it too, Mike, is that there are folks out there that are not going to go to college, that maybe think the military or joining the workforce is where I want to go. And by getting the training through CTE classes, that gives them a step up on maybe some others that gets them into some of those high-paying jobs. So like the Morgan Olsons, the American Axles, the Dometics, whatever, have this really nice pool of employees to look for, and you don't have to drive far for work.
Absolutely, and I mean, it's not just the businesses that are here, it's other businesses that are looking at this community to start new businesses in. If they're going to look at this community and say, well, we're going to have problems with our workforce, or we're going to have problems staffing, a technical center or a help desk center for, say PNC Bank or something like that, where we need, this workforce, we need these students and people that are kind of on the fence about going straight into college, that aren't sure what they want to do. We need them to be able to go into these jobs, learn whether or not they're going to like it, and be able to obviously attract other employers as well.
Absolutely. Mike, thank you so much for coming in today. Thanks for your help on the committee. I'm sure that this information, as we said, is going to keep getting out to people prior to the November 5th election. And again, if you have questions, folks, please get a hold of the committee members. You can find information out online, and again, we'll have those links for you coming up very soon on our Facebook page and our website as well. Mike, thanks so much for being with us today.
No problem. Thank you.
Andy, again, it's a way to help out our community, not only helping young people find a path for themselves, but also helping our businesses grow with a great workforce. CTE Millage Request, it's coming up on November the 5th.